Hey, what's going on everybody, Blue here, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, guys, I'm going to be talking about my personal opinions of working at GameStop Incorporated as a seasonal game advisor. Now, I know it has been quite a long time since I have uploaded a video quite like this. It's been quite a long time since we've uploaded a video in general, besides the little He Did It video, which was just kind of like a fun project I wanted to upload. Besides that type of video, it's been quite a long time since we've uploaded like a normal video. I know I uploaded that Why Did Matter is Superior to Other Zombie Games about a month and a half, maybe 2 months at max ago. So it has been quite a long time since we've uploaded a commentary video. So I figured why not go ahead and make this video. It has been in the back of my mind ever since I stopped working at GameStop. Now, for the ones who did not know or do not know, I used to work at GameStop as a seasonal game advisor. Basically, what a seasonal game advisor is, if you're not familiar, it's basically where you work throughout the holidays. So pretty much Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. I did do that. I worked from, I believe it was like the middle of October to like late October or something like that, all the way to January of this year. So I started in mid to late October of 2018 and worked until January of 2019. I basically quit. I don't know if they were gonna like offer me a full-time, or I guess I was working full-time, but you know what I mean, like an all year round position. I don't know if they were gonna offer me that because I kind of quit after seeing how their bullshit runs. But I did actually have to sign a contract while I was working there that I would not make a type of video like this, but no, it's not. But since I no longer work there, who gives a fuck, you know? So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get into this video. I'm basically gonna be running down a few pros and cons of why I liked working and why I did not like working at GameStop. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it out there now. The pros or the cons vastly outweigh the pros. So there are probably about like 3 pros and a shit ton of cons. But I'm gonna go ahead and get through the pros first and tell you about all the positive things that I liked about working at GameStop. So first off, we have an easy job. So GameStop, it was relatively easy, okay? Like, I didn't really get to experience a lot, and I'll get into that in the con portion of this video, but I did not actually get to experience a lot with GameStop working there and all that. But as far as what I could tell, and from like looking at everybody else who was working around me, like all the normal game advisors, it did not seem like it was a very difficult job. It looked like it was a pretty laid back job. So that's the first pro of working at GameStop, is that if you're looking for an easy job, this should definitely be up on your list. Of course, if you don't care about pay, hours, shit like that, if you just want an easy job, hey, put GameStop right up on that bitch, because yeah, it's a pretty easy job. Second pro of working at GameStop is that it is not stressful. Now, I guess this could tag on to and being an easy job, but in my personal opinion, it's separate from being an easy job. But it is not a stressful job. It is not at all a stressful job whatsoever. It can get a little stressful depending on what you're doing. With what I was doing, it was not very difficult whatsoever. And like I said, I'll get into that later on in the video. But for what I was doing, it was not very stressful, even during Christmas Eve. I believe, or no, I did not work Christmas Eve. No, I forgot. I didn't work. They didn't have me working Christmas Eve. But the days leading up to Christmas Eve and like on Thanksgiving Day, it was very busy. The line stretched from inside the store all the way out to the sidewalk and up to some other stores. It was a very long ass line, but for me personally, it was not stressful whatsoever. All they had me doing was pretty much organizing the shit on the shelves and walking around the store asking people in line what they're here to buy. So it's not that stressful. Like I said, depending on what you're doing, it's not that stressful. The third and final pro of working at GameStop is that you're getting to work around video games. Now, this is a pretty big pro for any video game enthusiast. It was a big pro for me. That's actually the reason why I applied to GameStop and to begin with, is because I wanted to work around video games. It's something I'd always dreamt about doing ever since I was like a little kid, and that's partly why I enjoy doing YouTube, is because I get to play video games and upload, you know, my progress and my games and stuff like that to YouTube for other people to look at and laugh at and enjoy and stuff like that. And so working at GameStop was for that particular reason. I mean, it was a big pro, you know, getting to work around video games, you know, that I'd played and stuff like that. But unfortunately, that is the last pro of working at GameStop. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the cons. Now, the cons And keep in mind, this is all my personal experience. This does not mean that your experience will be the same. This is just my personal experience. They gave me shit hours, so that is con number 1. Shit fucking hours. Okay, and whenever I mean shit fucking hours, I mean shit motherfucking hours, okay? It was probably, I'd work, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. This is really stretching it. I'm gonna say 3-4 days a week. Okay, working 3 to 4 days a week, and that might be like, oh, well, you know, you're doing okay. Well, yeah, you are. That's pretty good if you're working good hours. I was not working good hours. I was working probably each one of those days a week. I was working 3 hours, probably at max. That's fucking awful. Okay, especially considering that that was a full-time position. That was not part-time. That was listed as full-time. So I was working 3 to 4 days out of the entire week. Like I said, that's kind of stretching it. 3 to 4 days. That's kind of stretching it. That's kind of pushing it right there. But working those 3 to 4 days, let's just say I was working 4 days, okay? Working 4 days out of 7 days in a week, working only like 2 to 3 hours a day. That's awful. So yeah, I got shit motherfucking hours, like I said. And the second con is it's a boring ass job. It is a very boring job. For me personally, I was only given one job to do the entire workday. Actually, not even that. The entire time that I was working there, I was given one job to do. Can anybody guess what that one job is? If you were a former GameStop seasonal GameStop employee or some whatever, you probably know what that one job is. If you're a current GameStop employee, you probably know what that one job is. That one job, for the ones who don't know, is sorting out the games on the wall around the store. Now, it might seem like, you know, some of you might be like, oh, that's not bad, you know, just sort out games, that's all you had to do? Why are you bitching about only having one job to do? Well, it got really fucking repetitive, okay? You're every single day, all day, every single day, you're sitting there walking around this store, organizing, alphabetizing all these video games on the wall, just to have some little kid run in, pull them all off the shelf, and like just fuck up everything that you just worked on for like the past half hour. It was kind of repetitive. It was just getting really repetitive, and it wasn't the type of job for me. For me, I have to have several different responsibilities in a job. I have to be working, doing this and that and this and that. And for some people that might be, you know, they might not like that. Some people might be like me and they do want that. So you might not have a problem working only having one responsibility your entire fucking career at GameStop, but I did. The third con to this, to working at GameStop, is that the management was passive aggressive. Now, this might not be a big issue for most of you out there. For me, it was a bitch to deal with, okay? And I say that with a capital B, okay? That was an absolute bitch to have to work with. The management, the manager, she, and I'm not gonna tell her name, we'll call her Susan. Let's just call her Susan. Susan sounds like a bitchy name. No offense to anybody named Susan out there, but anyway, the manager she was nice, kind of, when she wanted to be. Other times she was just a passive aggressive fucking ass, dude. Holy hell, she was such a passive aggressive ass. And to me, that just passive aggressiveness is like a pet peeve of mine. Okay, like that's something that you got to know about me. If you're passive aggressive, that's a big problem. Okay, it's either be an asshole or don't be an asshole, okay? Don't try to ride the little fucking fence in between, okay? Either be an asshole or don't be an asshole. Don't try to act like you're this nice asshole. Either be an asshole or don't be an asshole. There's nothing in between. There's no such thing as a nice asshole, okay? There's nothing. There's no such thing as a nice asshole. It's either you're an asshole or you're just not an asshole, okay? So I cannot take the passive aggressiveness because, you know, they want to talk to you like this. Oh, are you having a hard time? Oh, maybe you should pick up your, you know, maybe you should try to pick that up and put it up there. Oh, yeah. No, fuck you. Get the fuck out of my face with that. So I cannot stand the passive aggressiveness. Unfortunately, the manager, not the co-manager. Now the assistant manager was actually pretty chill. I actually liked him. He was actually pretty dope to talk to and hang out with. He was actually trying to help me and all that, you know, understand how things worked. Whereas the manager, she was nice whenever I was a customer, but when I was working as a GameStop game advisor, her attitude fucking changed, and it's not just at that one GameStop either. I actually got called off, and this kind of trailing off from the main topic of the video, but I'll get back to it in just a second. I was actually called over to a other GameStop across town. It was actually like in like a neighboring town, and I actually had to go over there. For some reason, they picked me out of everybody else that was working there. I'll get to some of that other stuff in just a minute about me and the other employees, but I was picked out of everybody else to go over to this neighboring town and go assist at this other GameStop. Of course, they had me doing the exact same shit that I was doing at the main GameStop. I had no obligation to go over there. I was not employed with that business. I guess, I mean, maybe I don't know, maybe I was obligated. I don't know. In my mind, I was not obligated to go over there because I applied at the other store, not that store. But anyway, long story short, I went over there. They had me doing the exact same shit that I was doing. And the manager over at that neighboring GameStop was the exact same way, had the exact same attitude and everything. It pissed me the fuck off. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with all of you GameStop managers? You all have this passive-aggressive, bitchy attitude. It's just, ugh. Anyway, but getting back onto the topic of this video, that's pretty much the third con. It's just passive aggressiveness. I can't stand that. Some of you might not have a problem with it, but I do. It's a pet peeve of mine. The fourth con is that I was treated differently from the other seasonals and from all the other employees. Now, keep in mind, whenever I applied, it was me and I think about 2 other people, okay? Seasonals, keep in mind. It was me and like 2 other people, so 3 seasonals, counting myself, applied during that holiday season, okay? The 2 other seasonals got treated completely different from what I got treated, okay? And I'm not talking about like oh, they got treated badly, I was treated good. No, it was the complete opposite way. Granted, okay, whenever I say I was treated badly, I'm not meaning like they're throwing shit at me, talking bad, you know, talking down on me or anything like that. Just bear with me. So there's 2 other seasonals. There's probably 5 other normal Game Advisor employees. The 2 seasonals, okay, they were given what's called a transaction ID. Whenever you're working at GameStop, if you don't know this, you're given a transaction ID. I don't know if it's just at GameStop or other stores as well, but at GameStop, you're given like this transaction ID. You're given like a login and a password. I think for the reason that they do that is to where you can't, or like some person can't just come up and scan some shit and like beep 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 beep, okay, I'll pay for that shit, and then just like leave. So they do give you like a login ID and they give you a login password. Well, they gave the 2, or that's what they're supposed to do at least. They gave the 2 other seasonals login IDs and login passwords. They didn't give me shit. And I started out the exact same time that these other seasonals started out. So it's not like, you know, like, oh, they were here first or something like that. It was like, no, we all started at the exact same time, but you just gave these 2 people like transaction IDs to where they can make transactions. You can't make a transaction without a login ID and a login password. You can't. Otherwise, you can't log into the computer. So I'm just shit out of luck. That's why I was stuck on fucking wall duty the entire time I was there. While meanwhile they're checking everybody out and everything. And that's kind of what I wanted to do. So that's probably the biggest reason why I did not like working there, is that they just kind of treated me differently, and I don't know why. You know, from what I understand, they didn't really have a connection with the manager or anything like that. It's just like we all met each other all at the exact same time. So like, what the fuck? What gives, you know? So that's the 4th con. The 5th and final con is just plain out shit pay. So as you could probably expect, for a seasonal Game Advisor, I don't know if this is how it's supposed to be all over the place. Sorry, I just bumped the mic. I don't know if this is how it's supposed to be all over the place. I googled it. They say that seasonals are supposed to get like $8.50, $8.75 to like $9 an hour. That ain't shit. I did not get anywhere close to that. I got like, if I can remember, like $7.25, $7.50 an hour. Keep in mind, I'm working 3 fucking hours. 2 to 3 fucking hours. Okay, on a good day, I'm working 5 hours, okay? I'm not even sure what that is. I'm not good at math. I don't feel like having to try to calculate that shit. But $7.25, $7.50 like that for 5 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours, something like that. Working only like 3 or 4 days a week. That's, like I said, that's pushing it. Supposed to be full-time. That's pretty fucking bad, okay? And like I said, I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be everywhere, but they pay the absolute minimum possible wage imaginable. So yeah, that's pretty much all the cons and pros to working at GameStop. I don't know if you plan on getting a job at GameStop or not. If you do, hopefully this video did help you out. I know this isn't really like the type of content that I upload. Normally I upload like gaming content, but this has just been something that's been in the back of my mind. It's been in the back of my mind ever since I quit there in January, is making a video, because really it's been in the back of my mind ever since I started, whenever I saw that you can't talk shit about them. When you can't talk shit about them on Twitter or anything like that, it's always been in the back of my mind, like, I should probably talk shit on them on Twitter or something like that. So I'm happy that I can finally make this video, being free from them, and I can finally upload this video onto YouTube. So like I said, hopefully this video helps you make a decision on whether or not you want to work at GameStop. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. It's your decision. Like I said, these were all my personal experiences. They're all my personal opinions. They said that I have to say that if I'm making a video or like tweeting something. That is not at all why I'm saying it. I'm saying it because it's only fair. Like, yes, this is all my personal opinions. This is just my personal experience. Yours will probably be the same. I'm just saying, but maybe it won't. I don't know. Do your research. Find out what your local GameStop is up to. Maybe it's different from my shitty one. Alright, well, I guess that's gonna be it, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and probably head over to Best Buy to go buy a new fucking game, because I ain't buying shit from GameStop no more. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, please be sure to leave it a like. And if you guys want to see more content like this, then be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Otherwise, YouTube will not let you know when and if I upload a video. They're just fucked up like that. Maybe I'll make a video on them soon. Anyway, guys, hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. My name is Blue, and I will see you all in the next video.